Hello there, everybody, and welcome to an all-new episode of the Sunfall Cycle.
Oh, Sephiroth!
Yes!
Jesse,
Yes!
you're the best!
Yes!
You're amazing!
Oh my god!
Oh,
That's amazing! Please!
It's all right. No one heard, but I heard, and I know.
Oh, okay.
I know
No.
Skill is
what
improving,
Dark
Jesse.
Things
Oh.
Braun says.
She's waiting. She's like, I'm not gonna laugh until I know if I'm safe or not. She's like,
Because like we would actually have legitimately just had that conversation on air. That wasn't even salty.
No.
Hi, everybody.
Like, the ultimate question, chat, is there Rule 32 content of Sephiroth? 32, 34? Rule
Well,
34.
first off,
34.
definitely 34, yes.
And the answer is yes,
Mhm.
obviously.
There's
everything about this jacket is just penis.
gender bent Sephiroth. Oh yeah, there's all this. Look. This is what, if you want to know what they talk about before we go live, y'all, this is it. Here's your answer.
Straight dope.
Yep.
The straight skinny on Sephiroth is hotornot.com.
Obviously,
I
yes.
forgot that was a website. Oh my god.
I broke
Right?
it, so like,
Jesus.
you know, it's not anymore.
It was a website, and way back.
Yeah, I
then.
took it down because they finally found their answer hot.
Wow.
Hi, I'm a child. Okay, hey everybody, welcome. Let's play some sweet D and or.
Did you know I used to work for that company?
Checkmate, Bronze.
Whoa!
Yeah. What's up?
They didn't
Checkmate.
approach him.
So
He approached them.
I worked for Behavior Interactive on Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade, which is incidentally how I know Jeff, and therefore ultimately how I am here. And at the time we were working on Eternal Crusade, they were working on Dead by Daylight, so I got to play the very first introductory experimental build.
My worlds are colliding.
Oh yeah.
You realize, okay, if that never happened, then you wouldn't know, and he wouldn't be here, and then our podcast wouldn't exist.
Yep.
And you never would have talked about Sephiroth gender bending.
Yeah. Imagine the conversations about Sephiroth's hotness that you never would have had.
Well, just imagine if it was some other schmuck instead of Jeff. I'd probably hate that dude.
There are-
Probably wouldn't do a podcast with him.
There were 3 other schmucks, and you probably wouldn't have liked any of them. It's true.
Oh my! I continue. I'm just gonna have an existential crisis over here.
Yeah. So I know Dave Richards, or at least I knew Dave Richards, the game director on Dead by Daylight. So super cool. It was really cool to see that project.
Well then, but why isn't the Gorgro in there then? Is my main
I will call him up. Hey man, what's up? I got an
because
idea.
I played Dead by Daylight recently, and it's very hard for me to play. It's really scary, and if that thing was chasing me in that game, I think I'd probably piss myself. So
Wow.
Fair.
That is
So yeah, there you see one of the killers from Dead by Daylight standing in front of you, Jeff.
Yeah.
And as it stomps forwards towards you, you see it like reach down into the earth at its feet and like tug on something, and like a rotten head and shoulders pull up out of the loam on the forest floor. Jeff, what does Armoros do in response to this horrific vision?
I am going to get right up in his face. Like that.
why?
And then I'm going to take the defensive stance, or the dodge stance, rather.
What? Why? But why?
But I'm going to twirl the moon blade and do everything I can to look into
Yeah, you're like tanking it basically.
Right.
Give me
That,
an intimidation check just to like, let's see how threatening you make yourself be.
I'm getting mad gladiator vibes, like Russell Crowe with a sword, just
God.
doing that like thing.
Remember when he rolled 2 4s and then Russell Crowe was
do.
killed by tigers? And it was
Yep.
crazy.
And then
Crazy.
you're
Remember
not
the
Russell
Furry
Crowe.
guy
It's-
from-
yeah, you're
From
the
300, like so oddly beautiful but scary.
What?
Random
Oh.
thought.
I feel like rather than the Russell Crowe, you're a lightsaber guy in the garage.
All right.
It does like a little leg kick. So you take the defensive action while also trying to make yourself seem as threatening as possible. The gore crow
Double.
stomps forwards and it jerks its like meaty limb, pulling this corpse up out of the ground, and like throws the corpse, sort of off to the side. Let's see. It's throwing it in the direction of 1 is going to be Sarek, 2 Aya, 3 Kairos. Yeah, it throws it in Aya's direction. Now, if I remember from last time, Aya, you had sort of like stepped back into the woods to try to get more perspective for firing your Eldritch Blast.
And I believe I was mage armored.
I believe that is true.
Right? I'm not cheating. I'm pretty sure I was mage armored.
Yeah.
Because we were chasing a bear.
And you're also in the woods. You should definitely argue for soft cover.
We were chasing a bear, and also you've already had a round. I can't imagine you haven't mage armored by now. I'm willing to give it to you regardless of whether or not.
Okay, well, I don't want to cheat, but
it's like one of those instincts, right? Like whenever I'm in a threatening situation, I cast mage armor on myself.
Okay, we'll say I have it up.
Yeah. And take the extra +2 because you're in behind trees and shit.
Yeah, it is not, in fact, hurling a missile at you, but this corpse lands at the ground probably 10 feet away from you, Aya. And then it shambles, like jerking its shoulder almost as if it's like being raised by a string. And then it stands up and its head lolls back on its shoulders and it looks at you with a gaping maw and it goes,
That's awesome.
Now I have to find Zombie and bring it over here.
Zombie.
So it threw a piece of it.
So let's see. Yes, good. Here's the click.
Yeah. I also get the weird the first Ultron of like the broken bits of the thing, like the string. That's a perfect description. Sorry, it was just good acting. I like that. Super vivid.
And then the Gorkrow slams out with one of its meaty limbs, striking at Armoros, sweeping in your direction. Now it has disadvantage because you are taking the defensive action, but your AC is a 19, right?
Yeah, it rolled a 19 and a 20.
It hits you.
Yeah, doesn't fucking care.
So it deals you 24 bludgeoning plus 9 necrotic damage. And your ring, it's a poison ring, right?
What?
Who had?
No, that's
ring?
me. I had the necrotic ring.
Right. Cool.
All right. Here's.
And you are grappled. And then it fires a bone shard.
So here's the deal.
At Kairos.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it gets me for sure.
Yeah.
What are your rolls?
So it just the spear of bone just sort of like erupts from its stomach, just lancing in your direction, Kairos. And make a DC 17 strength check, please.
Okay. I don't think a 6 is gonna get me
to
to 17.
This shard like thrusts through, like cleaving your thigh and also knocking you down. And when you
hell yeah.
senses, you realize that this shard of bone is thrust into the ground and it's pinned all of your clothes, and you are stuck. So yes.
Whew. Okay. That's
Am
not
I
good.
the only one who's alarmed by this damage? The reason I ask is because I know that I'm squishier than you guys. Because to me, this damage is like
14.
Maybe it's like a glass cannon.
No.
because like some of these
All
attacks would outright kill me. So
yeah,
Stay
I have 4
back.
hit points left.
he's so confident.
So here's the thing. That thing is rolling and hitting us on an 8 or a 9. I don't think any defense we can do that can shape up will really do it. So we just have to eat this and try to take it down as fast as possible, or we need to get the hell out of here.
Guys, I got it. Don't worry.
All right,
Okay.
Sark's gonna get this. Aya, this corpse shambles in your direction, slowly tripping up on the vines and leaves and slippery forest floor as it pulls itself in your direction. It even falls to its feet at one point and then scrambles itself forwards, rising back again to grab in your direction, making a strike at you with one of its arms, hitting you. My rolls today, they are
Hellish Rebuke.
It deals 3 damage to you, and then what does Hellish Rebuke look like?
I point my finger at it and I say, wait, what level are my spell slots? 2? 2.
Yep.
Because I only have one type of spell slot. And I say, back, foul beast. Oh, gross. disgusting.
Amazing. Yes, it fails its dexterity saving throw, so it takes 12 fire damage as flames erupt around it. And you smell like the scent of this rotting flesh burning off the surface of the body.
Sick.
Sarek, it's your turn. What do you do in response to all of this?
Um,
You're also, I remember, a little bit back in the forest, kind of over
yeah.
near Aya. So you have an angle on the Gorkrow itself, which is actually being stopped and distracted by Armoros. But creatures, whether it's like one animating force or multiple animating forces animating all of them simultaneously. But Sarek, you remember this thing reach down and actually I think maybe the corpse didn't get pulled up from under the leaves, but fell off of the creature's arm and then was lifted up and thrown. It seems like whatever creature is currently attacking Aya is actually a part of this full corpse mound.
Great. F this corpse mound. I'm going to shoot at the corpse mound and try to get my sneak attack off while these guys are doing their thing.
Cool.
Excellent. Longbow yourself, fool!
Oof. Oof. So I think what happens here is you draw back a very powerful shot, and just as you let it loose, the creature lifts its arm, and one ragged stretch of flesh opens up a hole through its body. It's like a thick tendon with a hole through it.
Ew.
And your arrow just sails straight through the holes.
Ew. All right.
Is there anything else you do this turn? Would you like to go on hide?
We're level 5, right? Sorry, just asking.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to, I'm going to fall back to the point where I think this giant thing won't see me.
Yeah.
And try to cover behind trees so that it won't throw shit at me.
Yeah, give me a stealth check. That's going to be the thing that determines whether or not it sees you, and therefore whether you're not. Yeah,
it don't see shit.
Practically invisible back there.
Nice.
And Kairos, it's your turn.
Well, I have to strength save myself up out of here.
Yes, that's true.
Does that take my action, or is that just at the start of the turn? Or is that the end of my turn?
For
Can I just do it now?
Specifically, either you or a creature adjacent
must use an action.
Yep.
So my spell slots
Dribble.
are level 3. Okay.
All right.
Good to know.
Then let me see here. So can you give me the dimensions of where these zombies are? Or let me ask you the specific question, and you don't have to give me the actual tactical map. If I turn the unholy, I can do that while I'm laying prone. So I'm basically going to be lying down, holding the flag, so it, the banner, so it doesn't fall, like something out of Glory or some Civil War movie.
Don't let the banner touch the ground.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But it requires zombies to be within 30 feet of me. Is the distance between Aya and me 30 feet? But the problem is that if Aya's outside of 30 feet and the zombie's in 30 feet, I'm just going to push the zombie into Aya and it won't help.
I mean, I think
so. I have to drag myself out of here.
The way that I imagine this is Armoros and the Gorkrow are on the front line. You're a little bit back. Aya's a little bit back from you. So your AoE probably encompasses fully Zombie 1, Aya, and the Gorkrow.
Oh, okay. Well then, okay. If that's the space. Sorry for asking some dumb questions, so I can't role play. But that's perfect for me then. So then, yeah, I'm just gonna stay on the ground and just after the spear comes down, I just am holding my banner proudly, wavering amidst the chaos and fighting sounds as I turn the unholy, and I say, "We are Legion." As I turn the unholy. So I spend my channel in divinity here. And a ringing bell sound goes off. Or maybe a cannonade, it sounds like an explosion kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe, oh, no. It sounds like the sound of rushing of a cavalry charge, like horses.
Yeah. Is there
sabers rattling,
an echoing horn in the background?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right, with the sound
the
of galloping
horn of
horses.
Gondor.
Yeah, 3 horns, right? Boromir reference here as I'm pinned to the ground by a giant
Boromir.
thing.
I won't tolerate Boromir slander.
Me too.
No,
Hell yeah, I'm there with you. Boromir is perfect.
Best boy.
Yeah. The movies really did him a disservice.
They really did. He wasn't that,
No, he's the quintessential paladin. Sorry, I know. Anyways, so you have to wisdom saving throw.
All kinds of upset.
By every fiend or undead that can see or hear the charge.
Here we
within
go.
30 feet.
I think
Stab
what
him in
you
the butt.
see here is as you're lying on the ground with this huge spear of bone pinning you to the floor, and you raise your standard and you hear the horns echoing through the treetops, and like probably like a flock of ravens just like bursts from the treetops around you.
Yeah.
And like I imagine there's also like that like VFX when Sauron was like swinging his mace and like blasting people back, like boof, boof.
Yeah.
Probably like some sort of like wave of force that ripples through the air, and you can see it just like punch into the chest of this zombie whose eyes grow wide, punch into the chest of this corpse mound, and you can see like their flesh starting to smolder. So let's see, turned lightning bolt and turned.
The action, so creatures can't take reactions, and for its action, it can only use the dash action to try to escape from the effect.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Cool.
do we want to take an op attack? Because then he won't run anymore. But it's an op attack.
Oh no,
I know. We can do it. Yeah. So I didn't really mean to get the bone crow out of this. So if we wanted to just keep the
Okay.
bone zone, we can do that. I'm
sounds
really
good.
I'm doing this more just to keep the zombos away.
Wait, he will
On the
stop
same
running and
page.
get
But
smitten?
we could all run away because we're all at like 5 hit points.
Yeah,
I
if you
don't-
take damage. So basically, if the gore
it's
crow
turned
takes
for 1 minute or
damage,
until it takes damage, right? Yep.
it'll
Oh.
stop running.
Yeah.
So now we can run, or you can op attack it, and we can try to murderize him.
No, it's way too healthy.
Cool. Well done, Kairos. Now it is Aya's turn.
I look around at everybody. I'm like, we running?
I think we should get the fuck out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to where Kairos is,
Yeah.
and
Help me up.
yeah, I'm gonna try to unspear him.
Yep. It's a DC 17 athletics check.
An
Whoa.
athletics check.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is gonna sound kind of shitty, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Amazing.
Can I use my acid splash to try to like dissolve the bone spear?
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine me being like, I got this, but I can imagine me being like, it'll probably burn you too because
Dead.
it's an AOE, but it's not gonna hurt you that much.
You push with your legs.
Yeah.
Proper
Yeah,
deadlift
totally.
form.
So acid splash is like you create a splash of acid.
Resistant.
It hits anything
Yeah.
within 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Good night, sweet prince.
Do I do it?
Yeah. Roll your acid
Okay.
splash ability.
It doesn't do that much damage.
DC
So-
14 dexterity saving throw. So Kairos, make a dexterity save, disadvantage because you're pinned to the ground.
A 9.
You take 3 acid damage, Kairos.
That's not
I'm at
that
1
bad.
HP.
You're not unconscious.
It's not that bad, I say, while kicking the smoldering bone. It's
as
not
the acid
that bad.
literally leaches the calcium out of this bone spear, causing it to crumble. So yeah, like it's this massive. It's like the length of a tree haft and as thick as your arm, and it just like you see all these pock marks appear in the surface of the bone, and fairly quickly you're able to like grab it and then just break it, and then help Kairos out.
Mhm.
Cool.
I like smell his burning flesh, and I'm like, "You'll survive. It's fine. Let's go."
Armoros. Actually, all of you make perception checks for me, please.
Okay. At regular?
Yeah, just regular perception checks.
Cool.
Cool.
That was a good roll for me. I have -1.
I think all of you are a little too focused on the threat of this gore crow to really be alert to your surroundings, except for Bronze. As you pull Kairos to his feet, you catch a glimpse of something red in the treetops.
Pardon?
Something red.
Yeah, and as you look, it's actually a scarf. There, and as you look a little bit more, it resolves. There's a human crouching in the treetops with a red scarf
A
around his neck.
shinobi?
And like, yeah, he's got like one prosthetic limb, and it's he's got like a grappling hook reached out to something.
God damn it.
All right, I'm
He's got
out.
2
We're
swords
done.
on his back.
We're over. It's over. I'm going home.
Jeff, you're blurry again.
No, it's like a human, a man wearing like mottled green cloak like wrapped around himself and a red scarf. And he's got like a low brimmed hat drawn down over his eyes. You can't make out his features very clearly, but you see like the burning of his eyes as he's just staring down and watching.
What kind of hat?
Robin Hood kind.
So like evil ninja red mage.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's who it is.
The red mages from Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's the hat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
red mage hat. But green.
Still holding the giant, I just spit everywhere, bone shaft in my hand. I like catch a glimpse and I'm like, enjoying the show, buddy, while I'm like pulling it out of Kairos'. Like,
yeah. So then the rest of you hear Aya just shout, "Join the show, buddy." He just like nods in response to you. Yeah.
I snap the like, leached bone very pointedly and throw it on the ground. I don't have time to deal with him right now, but I've marked him in my mind.
Armoros, this thing, like you see its eyes grow wide in horror. Eyes. There's like a few pock marks on its body that look as if they might be sensory organs. And like the open raw meat flesh of this thing starts to sear and crisp as the waves of holy energy just sort of like undulate out from Kairos. You can even look over your shoulder and see the standard like shining brilliantly as Kairos holds it up. What do you do, Armoros?
Oh man, it's like a helicopter's above you, right? Like it's just like ripping everything that way. Yeah,
totally.
Sheath Moonblade, look back at him, look back at the monster, look back at Kairos, and I'm like, can he come in here?
I don't want to stay here and find out. That's the,
you don't fucking know? All right. I like turn, and I guess I like push Eye out of the way in the moment of panic and pick him up and hobble him in the opposite direction.
Nice. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. So Corpse Mound's turn, it lets out this unholy shriek that just sounds like air being blasted through like a sequence of hollow meat chambers, right? It doesn't even sound like a voice, but you hear this echo in your skulls. Defiler of the forest, never will I let you rest. And then it turns and it goes stomping away into the woods. It even like crashes into the massive like stake structure that it was like held up by when you first entered the clearing, and it crashes through it and splinters it, shattering against the ground, and then it stomps away, dashing at its full speed into the distance. This zombie also turns and shambles away slowly, slipping and sliding on the slippery forest floor as it shambles away.
Is it going towards the ninja?
No, the ninja's sort of like behind y'all. So it's like in front is the Gorkrow, then there's y'all, then back behind y'all is forest ninja guy.
And it just turned and ran.
Yeah, because Kairos is using turn undead.
Yeah.
It has to.
It was effectively
okay. No, I get it. I understand.
Kairos' turn. Yeah, awesome. So Sarek, Kairos, Aya, are all three of you also turning and following Armoros in the opposite direction?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm carrying Kairos.
So let's see. I think we're just gonna
need to
counter over. So I'm actually astonished that you survived, and not only did you survive, but you laid safe claim to the tier of saloon that this thing had in its chest. So you have officially gained one more tier of saloon.
Oh yeah, Armoros grabbed it. Crazy motherfucker.
We need one more.
Crazy motherfucker. We need one more.
Yeah, let me double check. Nope, it's
Yep.
not the player guide. It's the master campaign document. I
We
think
need 4
you've
now,
got
right?
3 now, and you need 4.
Cool.
Yes, yeah. Number 3 from the Gorkrow.
Awesome.
Cool.
Wow.
And yes, as soon as you get a 4th one, you will be able to level up.
Well, that was insane.
Let us never do that again.
That's not a giant bear person combo. Also, there's a weirdo in the woods freaking staring at us.
And that weirdo's no bear either.
As you look around for that self-same weirdo, you notice that he's nowhere to be seen.
I'm not surprised. He's
Maybe
like
he is
one
a
of those-
bear.
No, he's not a bear.
Well, you don't know
We
he's
looked at
gone
the
now.
forest floor, and he had fallen off his tree, and he's laying there unconscious.
Back is broken.
God.
Just
He
a really
missed his
shitty
Deck
NPC.
save.
Yeah.
He also had a tier. 2 tiers.
Oh, I wish.
Pull back the cloak. It's a morbidly obese Sark from the future.
Horrible.
Doing that
mother. Do you like chicken? I love chicken too. Man, I love.
As he dies, gravy pours out of his face.
Man, you guys make me some chicken from my blood.
I don't know. Future Sarek is definitely Baron Harkonnen in Dune.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
what, guys? Give me some spice and some chicken. It's gonna be delicious. Come
So
on, everybody.
while Sarek and Armoros are joking about this, I'm assuming that you are running as fast as you can
Yes.
through the woods. in
Yes,
some
we've
sort of
been.
direction.
Yeah, turning undead only lasts a minute, so like
Yes.
this thing, if it's relentlessly pursuing us, it has relentlessly pursued us.
Yeah,
But we are
so-
definitely running.
Who's leading the group? Who's leading? this?
Sarek would be in the back, so I guess maybe they're the
Maybe-
one running first, or is it Armoros?
Should I
Sarek
lead
is
and
definitely
scout
the
while you
furthest
guys are hurt, and maybe try to scout one little block ahead while you take a rest, so I can sneaky boys
Sure.
my way, so you guys can take 10.
Yeah. So
No.
so
we do
actually
that?
we're still quite seriously in danger.
Yeah, it guys, I think Jesse
Yeah.
doesn't understand. So it has to run away, but when
Yes.
it's done running, it verbalized it's coming for us. So
Right.
that
We
10-minute
need it.
break would be about 9 minutes of death.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Armoros has got this.
Yeah, sorry, my bad, Jeff. My assumption was
It's
that
like,
when it-
guys, sit here. I'll go ahead. We're like, no, this Tyrannosaurus Rex back there. Keep running.
yeah, no, my assumption is what it was saying was it was going after someone else, which that's why I was confused. I thought that Steven meant I'm going after the person who's causing
Right.
trouble in my woods, and I was like, what? But it's
Right.
referring to us. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. You're
It
the one
said that
talking.
to us. It said the last time we played, which was a while ago. So like, it was a reprise to that. But yeah, it
Understood.
totally makes sense.
Then let's make a move and try to get away. I
Hell
will.
yeah.
I'll still go. I'll still lead since I have full health and I'm. I can use my scouting abilities to.
Yeah. Sarek, go ahead and make a survival roll to let's just see like how you orient yourself in the woods.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, totally. You have a command of your knowledge of the woods. You were skilled at following the tracks of this like blood trail and this drag trail of destruction to this location. So if you would like, you can easily make your way back there, or you can go in whatever direction you'd like. So go ahead and ping on the map for me where you want to be heading.
The yellow line is the blood trail on the map. Is that what that is?
No, so you entered the woods over here, and there was this hollow way, which was like a track dug deep into the ground, where like the trees and a brush of the forest had sort of grown almost a ceiling over top of it.
And the
And the
treads
yellow
of where wagons or whatever.
Yeah, the yellow line represents that hollow way.
And the blood trail went off in the direction we are currently going.
The blood trail was sort of this. Yeah, the blood trail did that.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think
that's
our
why-
objective was to follow the blood trail, so let's keep doing it, I guess.
Oh, the blood trail ended at the Gorkrow. is
Never
where the blood
mind.
trail
Let's
led.
let's.
You could head back over to the holloway, or you could go in whatever direction.
No, let's go west 1 square, please.
Cool. Like northwest, I presume.
Here-ish, like that.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see. We'll just do that, and then we're gonna reveal. Wait. I got the polygon reveal. That's what I'm talking about. Look. Awesome.
The hell
Cool.
is
So,
that?
what could that be? How interesting, isn't it? Talk to me about how you all orchestrate your flight, because I think the four of you do have this sense that like you're going to be pursued by this thing. Are you trying to cover up your tracks? Are you trying to move stealthily? Are you trying to make as much speed as possible?
All right. I'm not an arcanist. So what I'm going to say might be pretty dumb, but I'm pretty sure that thing can follow us by the tier. And so I probably should just keep running as fast as possible, as recklessly as possible.
Cool.
But again, I'm not an arcanist. I don't know.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, like y'all don't have a whole lot of time to
right.
Strategy. So I'm gonna go with that's the strategy y'all have been using. You're tearing through the woods as fast as possible, like hacking at the leaves and vines and stuff to break your way through.
Someone could be like, maybe I'm probably the one. I would love it if someone else could do this instead, but maybe I'm the one like we should go cautiously, and it's like nothing could be as bad as the thing chasing us, right? So like it's that kind of deal. It's like fair enough.
Yeah, you're not gonna blunder into anything worse.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So
narrator,
Sarek,
they totally will.
Sarek, I think you're the one who, because of your expert scouting, you see as you progress through these woods, there grow these loops of vines hanging down from tree branches that you see occasionally. They're like thick black vines with dark red thorns on them. And as you pass, you start seeing like small lizards and stuff like stuck onto the thorns and like desiccated bodies and stuff like that. You've heard of birds that do this intentionally, but every once in a while you also see like a dead bird there, that sort of thing. And there's like small creatures on the grounds underneath these things. It appears as though creatures that even make just a tiny brush against these vines are inclined to meet a swift fate. Cool. And so, as you flee, and you start noticing more and more of these vines around you, your going grows a little more slow. It starts getting slower going.
Yeah, I definitely signal back to the others and let them know to avoid touching the vines. And I sort of like pointed all the dead things. Like, we don't want to end up like that. Sort of show everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you look around and the other native plants of the wilderness here have sort of fallen away, and the environment here just looks a little more dead and a little more decayed as these vines take over more and more of the life in the area. And then would all four of you give me a perception check?
Boo.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm on my character sheet page.
Yeah, I actually crit there, but I have -1, so
there you go.
We have entered the Nazca part of the game.
Yeah, right. Actually, we were talking about Final Fantasy IX just before the show started, and there's still like parts of that, even though like I wasn't a super fan because I was like going through like my older teen boy, like, no, I'm not so into that like cartoony style game. There's still like one early portion of the game where they're like in a forest that's like deep and like covered by mist and stuff like that. And like that image has stuck with my mind like forever, but it is very Nausicaa. So here we are in the Nausicaa Final Fantasy IX forest. And Armoros, not Armoros, Kairos and Aya, the two of you hear like snapping of branches and like the stomping of like metal boots, and the faint speech being like whispered back and forth.
In a language that we understand?
Yeah, I think it's too far away for you to hear what is being said, but you catch like the phonemes that you recognize from the common tongue.
Okay.
How many people does it sound like?
Let me see if I can tell you precisely. Aya, you bend your ear a little more carefully, and you listen for the gaps in your own team's advances. It sounds like there are 3 people, 2 of whom sound like they're wearing some sort of metal armor, and 1 of whom sounds like they're wearing something more like a scale mail.
Okay. I kind of motion for everybody, do one of these and be like, shh, and then like point towards the direction of the sound. Something wicked this way comes.
Can I use my eye for detail to spot a hidden creature? Or
Oh yeah. Roll it up.
I will do so. Perception. Maybe not.
So I think you realize that if you want to see them, because the density of the foliage is reducing here, because now it's mostly these ropey vines with these like red spines on them.
Sure.
If you want to get close enough to where you can see them, you're going to put yourself at great risk of being seen. Now, Sarek, you kind of make a business of hiding yourself. You might be able to make it work, but you're aware that this is the risk you're running.
Yeah, I look back at the others and I'm like, I can go look, but I have to be very careful.
Right. You wouldn't say the whispers are pretty close to us. They're still off in the distance, right? Greater than 60 feet.
Like it's kind of hard to say in the way that like
Sure.
it's hard to tell where a deer is in the forest near you, like when you're wandering.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I know. I get what you're saying.
It's somewhere within like 30 and 200 feet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I detect thoughts.
Cool. Cast it on yourself. Concentration. You can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. So do you really want to cast it?
No, wait. When you cast
You don't
the
want to hear any
spell,
more thoughts.
or as your action during the duration, you can search for thoughts within 30 feet of you. The spell can penetrate barriers. Once you detect the presence of a creature in this way, you can read its thoughts for the rest of the duration as described above, even if you can't see it, but it must be within range.
Oh, cool. It's like tuning. It's like
that's
tuning to a
out.
radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
going full
It's like
11
finding a
on that.
channel.
Yeah, so I hear static at first, and then I'm trying to like get a signal.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Awesome. So I think Sarek, you're actually able to like lead the team carefully in the direction of these people. If you want to get close enough, Aya, if you want to get close enough, 30 feet is pretty close. You are going to have to make a stealth check because
Okay.
that is a little bit tricky. I'm giving you advantage because you're in the middle of a forest and these things don't know you're there.
Yeah, and I'll follow Sarek's lead on this.
Cool. Sarek, do you want to give?
I'll like whisper, I need you to get me close.
Do you want to assist Aya with her stealth?
I do, yes.
Cool. Then Aya, you're rolling with advantage.
Okay. I'm not very stealthy. We'll see how this goes.
Hey! The first thought you hear is, wait, what's that over there?
God damn it. And
And then you hear like a whisper that you can't quite make out, and then you hear, oh shit. Yep. Just gotta read a thing. You hear a thought that says something like, the golden chains warned us of the creature. And then you hear some whisper like, be on your guard. And you hear four. You hear forest as of like swords being drawn.
I poke Sarek to let him know that they're almost on us, except I do it telepathically with awakened mind. And I say like, they heard me. They're coming this way and they're drawing their weapons.
Yeah, Sarek's like, that's so loud, ow! And he like grabs you. And can I where's my ability? Can I use one of my I'm trying to find a way for us to just like me to grab Aya and like ninja vanish, like sneak my way out of here. Yeah,
totally. I mean, I think you like that's your bag, right? You are that guy.
I can run. That's all I got.
I think at this point running isn't gonna do it, but you could shimmy up a tree.
Oh my god. Yeah. I grab Aya and sort of like start pushing, like hoisting you up a tree.
Yeah.
While avoiding anything that looks like a vine of death.
Totally.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm like,
All right,
climb.
so I want 2 rolls from you, one of which is a stealth roll with advantage, and one of which
Scoop.
is an athletics roll with advantage.
All right. Come on, advantage. Come on, advantage. Yeah. We're very quiet about not being good enough to lift someone up a tree.
Fortunately, climbing this tree is actually not very difficult. Like it's a large tree with many good branches. You're able to get up it fairly easily. So, and then you see 3 figures walking forwards, 2 of whom are each carrying 2 broad white ceramic scimitars. One of whom has a recurved longbow and an arrow notched to the longbow.
Do they have the baby faces?
The 2 in front are wearing bronze cherub masks that are downturned in expression of extreme sorrow, and the one with the bow has a cherub mask with an expression of extreme anger. These are 3 knights of Astafon stepping directly beneath the branches in front of you.
Should well, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna like look at Aya and mentally try to like shout at you that, hey, could this be the people we were looking for?
Wait, we were looking for the dude's brother.
Yeah. Do you want to like I don't know, do you want to like do your thing and be like, oh, hello, I'm lost in the woods. No, I need a strong man to help me, and go down there?
I mean,
like...
I could. I still have a lock on one of their thoughts, right?
Yes.
And what is he saying? Like, what is he thinking?
He's worried. He's thinking about the creature. He's thinking about something called golden chains.
Mm-hmm.
Golden chains warned us about the creature. We have to be careful. And then you hear another thought cross his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Must have been the wind.
Oh God, I love Skyrim references. When Sarek suggests this, I call down to them from the tree and say, "Oh, brave knights of Astafon, me and my friend had to take shelter in this tree from that horrid forest creature."
Sark's like trying to hide, but then realizes you called him out and is like, oh,
yeah.
no.
And then I'm like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see a brave knight, oh sir knights. Will dost thou not help me?" Oh,
amazing. Yeah. So Armoros and Kairos, you all are far enough away that you're not in any immediate danger of being seen. I think
well, yeah, I want them
a
as
couple trees
backup.
away and like peering around. Like you can just see these 2 up in the branches. You probably don't have eyes on the Knights of Astafon yet. What are you 2 doing? Are you just waiting? Are you preparing? Both of you are quite seriously wounded. Do you want to take a handle any of that?
If you're giving us the option to short rest, I would love to have spent this time short resting.
Short rest is 10 minutes. You have not had 10 free minutes.
I know, but I thought you were giving it to us. Okay.
No.
Fair enough. Using a potion?
Yeah, what does that do?
I think health potions are 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, and I will burn the last of my lay on hands on myself.
Okay. Not a bad roll.
I'm out of lay on hands.
Shrug, and I'm like, well, it just doesn't stop.
Right on. So they all stop and they turn up to look at you, and the one in front, the Knight of Astafon's second class, trains his longbow up on you. And then he like relaxes his grip. He says, "Who are you? Are you with the huntsman?"
"Oh no, we come from the city. We were sent on a mission to look for a young boy's brother from a camp, and we knew not that there was some large, shambling, gore-ridden beast. It nearly tore our whole party asunder."
The man whose minds you were reading is this man, the Knight of Astafon's second class, and you can see the thought just cross his mind. The beast, it's here. And then he looks away and he looks back at you. He says, "You've seen it?"
Yes, it shambled in the opposite direction."
You are very lucky that it did not devour you and add you to its mighty collection. You said it shambled in, and he points the direction that you came from. You said it shambled that direction.
Yes.
Very well. Please, fair maiden. And he like stretches out, like he holsters his bow and he reaches up an arm. Fair maiden, come ye down from that tree, and we shall take you to our camp, where you may meet many of us noble knights of Astafon.
I give him my hand and reach down and mentally like beam to Sarek, like, God, these guys are like clay in my hands.
Yeah, totally.
Sarek is grossed out, just grossed out by the whole situation. It's like, you're the worst. I hate you so much.
Yeah, he totally like catches you awkwardly like against his chest, and he's like, oh, excuse me, please. I apologize. My companions here and I, we would be happy to escort you through this dangerous wood.
I guess I climb down because no one catches me, and the entire way I'm like, stupid knights of damn.
You're like scraping like your cheek against the bark of this thing.
So stupid, I got to climb down. God damn it.
And then the man says, oh, and then he thinks, husband? Is the thought that you hear go through his head. And then he says, good Sarah, yes, hello. It is
husband.
You also
that's just funny to me.
Are alive.
The amount of dudes who probably have that like boyfriend, like when they meet someone. I can't get past the husband. Leave him here.
Awesome.
We came with 2 other companions who are resting back away. Is there any way they could get medical attention at your camp, Sir Knight?
Yes, of course. We Knights of Astafon have many skills of surviving.
Oh my God.
Not dying. Yeah. Prithee tell, where are your companions? We shall bear forth. Here. Shit, I need names. Hang on. Let me look at my name list.
Here we go.
Anat, Ziz, come forth and
Ziz?
Yeah. the one named Ziz hears that and he like looks at you with his like downturned mask and just like stares at you from behind.
No problems here, Ziz. We're all good.
Yeah, they slip forwards through the trees, and then Armoros, Kairos, you see these 2 Knights of Astafon like crunching through the trees towards you, sort of like lifting vines out of the way with their scimitars as they approach. The man turns to you, Aya, and he says, I am Noble Ki, a Knight of Astafon 2nd class. It is my honor to meet you and to escort you through these dangerous woods. And then he turns to you, Sarek, and he says, and you as well.
Oh, thank you, Sir Knight. I'm ever so humbled by your protection.
Yeah, awesome.
You're the one who wanted this, Sarek. I mentally beamed to you.
And Sarek's like, shut up, I hate this. I hate you, I hate everything. Stupid forest.
Beef stick long stalks, yeah. I should just get chat to supply all my names.
Beef stick is a pretty great name.
It is. Yeah, Kairos, Armoros, what did the 2 of you do when these knights approach? Do you go willingly?
Step out or whatever.
Awesome.
You're wearing the knight stuff though, right?
A mask.
Not a mask, but the mask of a knight.
Yeah, the mask of
That's what I'm pointing. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. I think like one of them pulls up short and says, "Oh," and then he says, "I didn't realize." And like you see like confusion in his eyes through the mask. He said, "You should come with us. It's dangerous here."
Thank you, brother. We could use some healing and medical help. My friend is very injured, and I'm not far off.
We have a medic at our camp in the woods. We can tend to your wounds. It looks as though you've run afoul of some massive boar. What is that?
Yeah, there's a giant.
Yeah. You should see the boar. we go. So I'm like limping along.
Yeah, nice. So the 4 of you, the Armoros, Kairos, and then the two Knights of Astafon, work your way through the vines and the bushes and the dead sticks and make your way back to the other trio, Key, Aya, and Sarek. Key, of course, is sort of like, posturing. This old, this bow, it's been with me for a little while, ever since I made second rank. I guess it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty shy.
Aya finds the man to be quite repulsive, but she's letting it on very thick.
Yeah. I think
yes. So you've hit a new personal record on your. Oh my! I didn't know they made them this big, this huge, while like patting his bicep.
Yeah,
I didn't know they came in this size.
Ziz just sort of coughs, says, "These two," and he like gestures to Armoros and Kairos, "are in sore need of some medical attention, sir." And Key looks over at them and says, yes, of course. And like, he like sort of like does the up down on you, Armoros. And to be clear here, like, you're not wearing the full Knight of Astafon regalia. It's very obvious you've got one of the masks, but
nothing else.
There's a lot of questions to be raised with your possession of one of these masks. And I think that's the moment that I think you see Ziz and Anat giving the all up down to Sarek, who has such a nice bow and such a distinctive quiver.
And seeing that this is happening, I say, "Oh, thank you so much, knights. We've been met with nothing but kindness from every knight we've come across. We've done work for you in the past, freelancers, if you will. We were bestowed with many gifts by your order, and we cannot wait to see your camp."
Yeah, and like in his mind, you hear like quiver, dower, bow, Knights of Astafon, intruders, and then you hear him think lies. And would you make a deception check for me, Aya?
Did you deceive them?
I think he's just like very uncertain right now. He's like, could she be lying? And so you say this, and Aya, you have this conviction in your heart. Like as a practiced liar yourself, you sold this. They are willing to buy it. This guy has been like eating out of your hand, the big dumb oaf that he is, and you sold it. And immediately he goes, lying. And then he says, like he thinks to himself, lying. And then he says, yes, of course. Well, any friend of Astafon is a friend of ours. Please, this way to our camp where we can attend to your wounds.
And as we're turning, I just telepathically beam to the group, like, be on guard. He has doubts. Oh, of course. Lead the way. And I like wrap my arm in his, but you also notice she like keeps one arm in her cloak.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. How do the other three of you feel in this situation?
I will stab this bitch in the throat if I need.
I will not hesitate. I'm getting treated by them, so I'm probably
and that's
probably
like,
preoccupied. Haven't really made a lot of judgment.
We don't have a lot of options here.
Yeah.
Let's use them and leave them. Pull the good old Sarek.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah.
Key is up in front leading the party with Aya on his arm, and then there's Sarek and Armoros and Kairos, and like over time, Anat and Ziz, they're just wearing heavier armor and they just fall back a little bit until it's all of a sudden after a minute or two you realize that you're walking in a ring of these three Knights of Astafon.
Yeah, I just like sort of fall back with the other two and like sort of hang out with the two in the back, and I'm just like, all of these robes are so very heavy. That armor must be heavy as well.
Yeah, you're talking to Ziz.
Ziz, friend Ziz.
He glares at you and says, "Yeah, and what's your name?"
Oh, me? My name is Scratch.
That's basically his response. He just
Sorry.
Don't laugh at my name. My mistress
Oh, no.
gave it to me. And I like sort of point ahead at
Your mother.
Yeah, I point ahead at Aya. Like, my mistress gave it to me.
Yeah, he nods. He says, "Oh yes, it would be very rude to laugh at names, especially those given to us by people who are important."
Yes, you know. You don't want to do that. Sometimes these names stick.
Get back in line. He just like gestures in your direction with one of his scimitars.
I like kind of look over the scimitar and I'm like, oh my, fantastic quality.
Yeah, it's finely honed ceramic edge, pure white blade. It's at that moment that you hear this as of like a tree falling over or some huge branch being broken. And like everybody just stops and like you see Key turn his head.
Can I do a roll to determine if I can see an unseen thing?
Yeah, totally.
Eye for
Good
detail, perception. Nope, I ain't see shit.
Nope, you ain't see shit. How about everybody else? Give me perception rolls.
I mean, I'm probably like an intent or something, right?
You haven't reached the location yet.
Understood.
I feel
You-
like I
you
know
are-
what it is.
Well, I think I'm in a tent because that's a natural one.
Yeah, Cairo has just observes
I'm
that
kind of
he's in-
out of it. The blood loss has got to me.
Yeah, like Armoros, I think your fighter's instincts kick in. You don't really need to see what's coming to understand what's coming.
We're in the
Um,
camp, right?
No, you haven't reached the camp yet. So each of these tiles on the map here takes 10 minutes to cross, and you've really just been walking for a minute or two, picking your way through the vines and chatting as you go. And then you hear this crunch from behind you. And the four of you smell it before you see it. And then Key just goes, "What in God's name is that awful stench?" What do the four of you do?
I immediately tell them, I say, this is the thing that attacked us.
No, don't say that. Don't, no. They're
did.
gonna say that we brought it on them. No, why? Oh no. You should lie and say you have no idea.
This is, but
So,
this is
Iron
Armoros.
starts going into
I know.
deep. He's like, "Oh my God, don't tell him that. Don't do it." But I'm still like,
No.
yeah. I'm like,
I-
That's what attacked us.
I mean, I rolled a natural on perception. I'm not even aware of the stench.
Yeah, no, this is Armoros.
They're-
You're just smelling the rotting stench of your own wounds. You just
Yeah. I thought it was me.
I'm like, oh, maybe one of them farted.
Yeah. So you smell the overwhelming, sickly, rotted meat stench that's rolling through the forest in advance of this massive creature. And then you see like vines shifting behind you, and you see like a tree branch get bent down. The dark black and red of like some huge limb of meat pulling it down. You just see glimpses of it through the forest. And the faces of these knights just pale.
I whisper to Ziz, like, you're going to want to run. And I, like, book it. I
Awesome.
run.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ziz falls in line as you start booking it, and Ziz goes, "Oh dear God, wait for me, Scratch, wait for me," and she starts sprinting behind you. What do the others of you do?
yeah. I mean, if they're running, I run.
All right, yep, all of you just start booking it through the trees. Yeah, Sarek, I think you're the leader of this running organization. Give me another survival check.
Oh, boy. Huh? Panic run.
Yeah.
Panic run. We all dead now.
I feel like mine's in athletics, right?
Yeah, like the reason I called for survival is because there's lots of like pulling aside like vines and like cutting across gullies and finding your way through a thick.
So
dense
picking a path
natural
through the
forest.
forest.
Right. It's not as clean as just like sprinting. So that's why I called for it. Yeah. I'm going to roll to see.
It
Who's-
probably gets me.
The unlucky one.
I mean, it's got to be me.
I'm the slowest runner.
It's
So
gonna be
you-
you.
You four
So-
are you four are 1, 2, 3, 4, and the others are 5, 6, 7.
Come on, 7.
7.
Hey, screw those guys.
There you go. So through the woods comes whipping this terrifying javelin of bone that just goes ripping through the forest. 29, skewering Ziz in the shoulder right next to you, Armoros.
What? Not armor.
Sorry, not Armoros, Sarek.
Get out of here, Steven.
Dealing 20 damage total. Let's see, how much health?
What in the hell? For
What
us
is
rolling
this
35.
Let's see. Yeah. Oh, wow. Actually, they have a lot of hit points, so that's just fine.
That's good to know. I'm really happy we didn't fight them. Metagaming.
Needs to make a strength thing.
I'm
Yes,
gonna say that Aya clocks this. She clocks that he takes that arrow or that bone shard through the shoulder like a champ,
totally.
and kind of like gives a knowing glance to Kairos, considering
So
he took
let's-
one of those in the meat of his chest and like almost died. And I'm just like, hey, look at this guy. He kind of didn't even buckle.
A lot of looks to be getting while running through the forest, young lady.
I'm a slow runner. I'm like just like
How would you
trotting along.
describe?
I'm a marathoner, not a sprinter.
How would you describe the transfer of this look? Would you say you are shooting a look?
I would say I'm shooting a look.
I feel
That's a
that is
dexterity roll, I think.
Hey.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna pull
Mentally.
you all back over onto this page. So Ziz got clocked in the shoulder by one of these things, loses 20 HP. Plow. And then Key gets clocked by the second one. Let's see what happens there. The second bone shard just comes flying. Holy
30. Oh my god.
When
But
you're
does
so
17.
defeated, you laugh. When you're just like so defeated, you're like, oh yeah, no, this is.
17.
A 30.
It's 17. It's quite weak.
Look,
It's
for the
got a
record-
small-
But
just-
like Key is gonna save
I
us,
would-
right? Like he's like big sexy Astafon man.
He's gonna
Like,
turn around and be like, "Don't worry, I've got this,"
yeah,
and then be
he'll
killed,
die for us.
and then be
don't
killed.
worry, I've got this, baby.
Ew! Ew!
Hey, baby.
Aya isn't even cute, really. This is terrible. This guy must be really hard up for women.
I mean, I think he's stationed out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So good. What do the four of you do as this is happening?
Baby.
Ew!
I
So are they turning to face this creature? Like, are they?
Yeah, what are they
battle
doing?
I think
tested?
both of them just got like skewered and therefore maybe even like skewered to the ground. So let's see. Ziz makes a strength saving throw, fails. Ziz is skewered to the ground, and Key makes a strength saving throw. And
Oh wait, they're all skewered to the ground, like they got hit.
No,
and are
one of
in
them
the
is.
ground?
He's so strong.
Key did not get skewered to the ground. You saw this like skewer go ripping through Key's calf, and he just like breaks the spear of bone and pulls out of his calf and keeps running.
Jesus.
Ziz is fine. He just got shot in the shoulder.
Ziz
No, he's
Ziz is
skewered.
pinned to the ground. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesse.
I think the
I misinterpreted everything I
It's
heard.
like playing D&D with your grandfather. Like, they're all skewed to the ground. Seems like, no, this guy's not anything. The other one's fine. No, he's not fine. Okay. What's my character's name? Sarah? Okay.
Sephiroth.
I'm missing my stories. Where's
Monster runs
my
away
apple
like-
juice?
Are we cool for a 5-hour break? We can do a 5-hour break?
I need to use the restroom. I had my prunes.
It's almost noon. I'm late for dinner. Where am I?
No, Grandpa Jesse. He's the one that's pinned. Oh,
Are
okay,
you my
no.
grandson?
No.
Yeah,
Gotta
so
be fair to Jesse, he's on England time right now, so your fucking jet lag is happening. But it's funny to listen to.
Thank God that's the you're giving me an excuse.
Yeah.
Lord knows I need one.
it's also the Coxcon or the Cox Plague.
Mm, I'll take every excuse.
Yeah, Cox crud, I think is what it's called.
Cox crud. So the six of you keep running for a second, and then Ziz goes, "Oh God, my leg! It's got my leg!" And then the Key and Anat both turn around, and then they're staring at their brother, who's like pinned to the ground and trying to wrestle this thing up. As through the foliage comes crashing this massive structure of meat and bone. It's got like black ropey tendrils of vines draping off of its body with red spines all over them. Like, what do the four of you want to do? I think there's like a moment of indecision in Key's mind as he like looks at his comrade and then looks at the huge creature, looks back at the comrade, looks at the huge creature. He's not responding. What are you gonna do?
I mean, we keep running. I mean,
yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, we also don't know the way to their camp. This might be our best chance to kill this thing. We got 3 meat shields.
So you can tell that if you keep running, these two are going to break and run with you.
Yeah.
That
changes things. That changes things.
That's the decision you can see him making. He's like, do we make a stand? Do we actually like throw our lives away for this Ziz? For someone named Ziz?
Yeah, damn it.
But it would be 3 meat shields or 2.
Aya wouldn't make a decision here. I don't think Aya cares that much.
All right.
Take my lead from everyone else.
Oh, I'll make the decision.
Okay.
All right, Kairos.
We stand and fight.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I know. Why'd you bring a paladin?
So you just like turn around, draw your sword, and hold your shield up? Is that what's...
Yeah, spear. I just do a sigh.
Paladins!
You know, I do the Captain America. Like, I'm literally like limping. Like, my wound's still open. I was like, I could do this all day. And then turn around, spear out with the shield. And,
all right, folks, let's go to a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we will get some initiative.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Paladins.
All right. This is gonna be crazy. Stay tuned. More nonsense to come. We'll be back very shortly.
And then sell it in 5 years and you'll make money on it. Can't be done.
No, it can't be done anymore.
Uh-oh, never mind. Hi. Well, here's the thing. For the first time, people actually heard your great conversation and not me instead. Well, here's the good news. Everyone knows housing advice now.
Yeah.
Housing advice? Yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah, I said welcome back and instead played you guys. So now everyone knows housing advice. You're welcome.
All right, let's say that you're welcome.
I love Maui.
Maui is great. That song is great.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back to the Sunfall Cycle. I think we are making a stand, which
Monsters Inc. is great too.
Terrifying and exciting. What? Monsters Inc.? Bronze, where have you been?
I had to bring it back.
I got
1994.
All right, awesome. So, ladies and gents, would you kindly for initiative?
Okay.
You see Aya like look towards where she's gonna run, look back, look towards where she's gonna run, and like kind of sob as she turns to face the monster while saying "fucking paladins."
Oh,
that's about right. My initiative reflects how I feel in my heart. Oh, I forgot to click on my character, so it didn't work.
Do it again.
What'd you get? 4. Nice.
Do it again.
Reroll. He doesn't even notice.
No, we're just ride or die.
Everybody's just feeling a little bit shaky today. That's fine. Except for Armoros, who's just like, nah, I'm gonna fuck this thing up. Let's go.
Gotta go fast.
All right, cool. Armoros, you see this thing come crashing through the undergrowth. It's probably 30 feet away by now. You could reach it if you wanted to. What do you do?
I give an inspiring speech to the Knights of Astafon and say, our only chance to defeat this is if we unify. As Knights of Astafon, you will need to be at the front lines. And then I hold action attack should it come within striking range.
Cool. I think probably halfway between you and it is Ziz pinned to the ground, and he's like tearing at this spike. And you're just like, you should be on the front line.
Yep.
Hold it. Awesome. Super good. Anat runs forwards and then tries to pull this spike up out of Ziz's leg. Let's take a look at that strength check. Yeah.
Oh, it's like a 17.
Oh
Jesus.
no. He's like pulling on it and trying to wrestle it out, and it just utterly fails. I think Key looks at Armros, looks at Kairos, looks at Armros, looks at Kairos, and he says, well, strangers, I certainly hope you know what you're doing. And he pulls out like a bauble from his belt pouch. It's a golden sphere. And he holds it up and he fixes you in his gaze, Kairos, and he crushes the golden sphere.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
You're in love now.
You're married.
All right.
As is tradition.
You're actually married.
Yeah.
Just
All right, we
All
gotta
right.
take a 10-minute
Am I
break
married?
to consummate. So it counts.
I don't
Hey,
need 10
hey.
minutes.
Better make it
You
15.
gain 25 hit points.
Jeez, how did we
Hey.
get one of those? Can we get one of
As-
those?
Hey.
As this healing magic flows into you.
Oh, your kitty's cleaning.
I can
itself.
breathe. I
It's
can
like-
fight.
Well,
Tail.
Awesome.
So good. Just
Mm.
Look at its tail.
She's super good, but she's cranky. She doesn't want to be touched right now.
something
All right,
Okay.
Sarek, what do you do?
Distance-wise, how close is this to the beast that's approaching us?
15 feet.
So very, very close. Is he the closest?
Yes.
All right, look, I was going to go in and try to help his ass, but screw it. I'm going to stay. I assume I'm the furthest away because I ran
Fair.
first. So I'm going to
Yeah.
just turn and see that, like, I'm still running. I turn and see everyone has made a stand. I'm like, oh, God. And I just, like, pull out my bow, and I'm going to take a shot at this thing as it's coming
Fuck
towards
yeah,
everyone.
dude.
Awesome. It has not acted in combat yet, so I think this means that if you crit, you. Oh wait, what is it for you?
It's 80 times 10.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Roll your motherfucking headshot, Jessica.
Are you going through my profile right now? I want to, but I think Steven's going through my character
going
sheet.
through your profile.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll, Jesse.
hit the
I'm-
thing here. I
I'm
can't
gonna
find
give you.
it.
I'm gonna give
I
you
can't-
advantage and
What
guarantee
is
that a hit is crit.
what is the bio? What am I doing? All right. Here we
Manage
go.
and
Longbow.
hits a crit.
Yup. What is happening? I'm gonna go back to my
I
old man
absolutely not.
corner.
You have a
and just-
+7, Jesse.
Look, I'm aware.
Yeah, Jesse.
I can't. I
What are
haven't
you-
rolled
Get
good
your shit
once
together,
today.
Jesse.
I don't.
What are you doing?
You ever
I
roll-
haven't had my insure yet.
ever reroll?
So you see this like arrow go like arcing high into the air and then landing directly next to Ziz, like probably in the cloak that's pinned to the ground. He goes, "Oh, come on!" And then he
He's-
like wrenches at this bone spear that's
Hey.
skewering him to the ground as well, pulling it out. And then he turns and he just runs. He runs back and turns and stands next to Armoros and then turns around and draws both of his swords.
Oh my god. Advantage and a hit is a crit.
Yeah. Advantage and a hit is a crit, and the 12 doesn't do it. Yep. All right, Aya.
We need to get some DM inspiration out of you. We got to get some. I mean,
Oh,
none of that moaning from Bronze earlier, trying to seduce the man. Did none of that?
I was
No.
not moaning. I was
Moaning?
talking. Okay.
Well, now if you
Next
say it
time
like
you're
that,
doing the seduction.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta.
Way better at it than I am.
yeah, he is.
Please come down out of that tree.
For the record, I'm like middle-aged with gray hairs, and this
It's not a
dude went
sexy
for
scene.
it.
I know. Believe me, I know.
This dude went for it.
Out in the woods, you don't have a lot of choices, man. You just gotta do. What you
It's
gotta
true. It's true. I batted my eyelashes. It's Eldritch Blast.
Right.
It's such a good default action.
Do it.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you want to wait real quick?
For
Because
what?
we have the same initiative, and I was gonna cast Bless on you,
do. Let's say that.
Tarek, and Armoros.
Yeah. So like I'm okay
So you
letting
get a D4.
I'm okay letting your bless go off before this happens, but even a 9 plus a 4 isn't gonna work. So go ahead and Eric, just like cast your bless into chat so that we see it, and then Bronze, go ahead and roll your second attack roll for your second
All right.
blast ray.
My rolls right. I have a +6 by the way, so my rolls really are bad right now.
All right.
Y'all
This
are
is true.
shook
Yeah.
from this
is
thing
true for everyone.
bearing down on you. Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Awesome. So both of you you just shout Eldritch Blast, and then two rays just like sear the branches of some trees nearby. I think like a turtle dove just falls dead to the ground.
Last line from your
You know what?
is I hope you know what you're doing, and then this happens. We're Stark like right 6 feet in front of him, and she's like Eldritch Blast.
You know what? I'm still casting Bless, but I forgot I can cast it at a higher level and get another person in on it. So I'm gonna give it to Anat.
Anat or Key?
Anat, because I imagine a knight at a third class does more damage than Key.
Third class is weaker than the second class.
Oh, it goes up. Yeah, then obviously we give it to Key. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. First class is the better place to see.
Well, I mean, nepotism is present. So, I mean, like, you can't, as much as we want to believe that the more capable soldier is the one who's getting promoted,
meritocracy.
Realistically, that's probably
true.
not what's happening here. There's a chance Key just knew the right people, or maybe his father is even the commander.
I was gonna say
we don't really know what happened.
He obviously slept his way into the position.
He might have.
Yeah.
That's a very real possibility. My short interaction with this guy.
God, I can't even make the joke. I can't even put myself to make the joke.
HR nightmare, really. Yeah. You know, who knows how he schmoozed his way to the top.
Bronze.
So while you are doing this, Bronze, like a slab of meat falls off of this corpse mound as it stalks its way forwards towards Armoros. So Armoros, you will get to use your and as this slab of meat lands, it stands on a pair of legs. It has no upper body, but nevertheless, this zombie goes stumbling forwards in the direction of Ziz.
What am I swinging at?
So the corpse mound stumbles forwards towards you, Armoros, and you get to make your attack of 17 hits. Roll damage. 14.
Ooh. You attack twice.
No, it's true. It's an attack action. You're right.
Yep, when you take the attack action, you attack twice.
15?
Sorry.
15, I don't think hits.
Am I
You're blessed. No.
Oh, yeah,
you are blessed.
Roll a d4.
Roll a d4.
It matters.
Sorry to be the person who has to sorry for being the rules person here, but I want to make sure we did the best we damnedest could.
It is important. Yep.
16?
Armoros, you hit.
And
you
made me roll it. That's the part that was scary.
Oh yeah, you roll your own blesses. It's part of the Legion.
No.
You roll your own bless.
You're missing the point. You don't make something if a 1 is going to hit.
Yeah, exactly. I could have just said, oh yeah, you hit, but it's more interesting to make you roll. Yes.
27 total damage, brother.
That's killer.
It's literally cast a level 1 spell to make you do double damage, basically.
Yep.
Feels good.
Let's see. Yep. Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Armoros, now it's your turn.
Jiminy Christmas.
Oh, no, wait, sorry. The corpse mound didn't actually act. The corpse mound moves forwards, and this noxious aura just fumes out from its body and envelops the four of you. Armoros, you have already resisted this once, but the rest of you are going to need to start resisting it on your turn. So, corpse mound...
it queefs on us.
Swings up with one meaty arm, and it brings it bludgeoning down at you, Armoros. Misses, and his second arm towards you as well.
Oh my god.
Steven, he rolls a 1. I feel like his arm falls off.
His 1 is a 12, by the way.
His arm falls off.
Look at that.
He reaches out with his other arm and just sort of like sockets it back on. But while he's doing that, Armoros, you have an opening. What do you do?
The only thing Armoros can do, really. Swinging at it.
I feel like this is the return of Floor Jeff.
What?
Floor Jeff is a state of being.
Fuck off. All right, 7 damage.
All right, well, that's better than none damage. Go ahead and make your second attack.
I'm going to save my dice to try and... Oh, I should have... Damn. Okay, I'll just swing normally.
Oh!
Jeff.
I like how your normal is a crit.
Yep.
Oh, I just swing normally.
God damn it!
Here,
15 damage, 22 in total.
15 is still pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Damn.
This could've been a lot.
Okay, 15. Yeah, Killer, you're just hacking into this beast. Chunks of meat and bone flying next to you. Annette, the Knight of Astafon next to you, sees you going at it with fury and joins in.
Take it down.
Yeah,
Take
so
it
let's see.
down.
1, 2.
Shoot
Oh God, he is fucking terrible. Annette just like swings and like digs both of his scimitars into a slab of bone and then like stabs his dagger into a fatty portion of this thing's thigh, dealing no damage at all. Ziz turns into a whirlwind, but Ziz focuses on the zombie that's right in front of him, which we didn't have act. That's okay. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm pretty sure that zombie has like 0 AC, 8. So that one hits, and that one hits. So that's a 15 damage to the zombie. Zombie strikes back, slamming his arm into the gut of Ziz, hitting and dealing Ziz 6 bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember, Key is blessed too.
Yes, Key draws back his bow, and Sarek, you hear the bending of this recurved wood as he pulls it back with power. Let's see, second class. Yeah, totally. Pow! Oh God.
See, that's what I was saying. The bows are terrible bows. Horrible craftsmanship.
These are really terrible bows. I can't believe they don't
it's
give
not
us
us.
better. Really, I'm impressed that we need better requisitions. Show me how it's done.
Knocked him unconscious. That's hilarious.
Even a bless won't help that attack.
That is true. Sarek.
All
your
right.
turn.
Yeah. I'm going to once again attempt to shoot a thing and have it happen accurately.
Excellent. You don't get advantage this time, but you do get sneak attack.
Ah! There we go.
26 still hits.
14 damage.
But
That's only
douche.
8 because the 8 plus 6 is for the crit.
Right.
So that's 8 plus 11 is 19.
Fire again.
19 damage.
Fantastic.
Feeling good.
And I already did Ziz because I got them mixed up. So now Anat strikes out with I know I did Anat and now Ziz. I already did Ziz. Yep, I just messed up and I had Ziz attack the zombie out of combat order. Okay, Aya, your turn.
Seeing that like we're chunking away at this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and hopefully do dissonant whispers. And seeing as how it's like we're hacking away at it, it's just gonna be like, "Dead God, you'll return to the ground once more."
Nice.
And just like try to see if I can get it to like turn heel.
Then she rolls a 1.
Gorecrow, wisdom.
I did roll a 1. I know my rolls today are garbage.
Oh, it failed.
Okay, so it takes 14 damage and has to turn around and run, and this does provoke op attacks.
Yes, it uses its reaction and it runs away as far
Yes.
as it can.
Swing
So
my
it runs
fucking
30
foot.
feet away, and that means that Anat, Ziz, and our Armros
16.
we get to hit. Armros
Hit.
hit for 12 damage. Not 123. Let's see. Anat makes a swing at it with his scimitar. Oh, damn.
Ooh!
Critical.
Oh.
Dealing
It's a critical.
7 whole damage. And then Ziz makes a swing at it as well. Missing.
With bless?
No, Ziz
No.
is
He's
not,
not
blessed.
blessed.
Just do it anyways. With bless?
Give this one to me, Steven. Awesome. Aya, are we at you now?
No,
I
I
just
just
went.
went.
Your attack.
Yes, you dissonant whispered.
Yeah.
Right, good. There's a lot of people in this fight. Kairos,
Right.
what do you do?
Well, I was gonna go up and charge it and hit it with my sword, but now it's running away. So I'm gonna use this time to make sure I can heal people I'm gonna go heal Armoros. I'm gonna burn a level 1 spell slot of Curing Wounds on him.
Cool.
Oh,
It's average.
helps. Everything helps.
Every little bit helps, buddy.
A 19 hit points is like he could theoretically roll low and you would live.
Good.
Right? That's the idea here. Is I want you to survive with 1 HP the next attack.
Yeah.
At least 1
is that,
HP.
is that all you're doing this time, Kairos? You moved up, lay on hands.
Move
Or-
that and maintaining bless.
Cool. Yep. Awesome. The corpse mound turns around with fury in its eyes and it says, "Puny god worshiper, you have chosen poorly." And it flings 2 spears of bone in your direction, Aya.
Uh-oh.
Bone shard. 22.
That's a hit. I'm pretty sure
I-
he can hit me no matter what.
Oh my
You
God.
take 34 damage, Aya.
What?
I'm dead.
Good night.
She just
And then
turns to a
seeing that
retinas.
you've been killed by his first spear of bone, he flings his second spear of bone at Key.
Fair enough. Miss.
15.
Do they
does
like have
that?
like a
The
rage?
Knight of Estefan, bruh. If he's got 15 armor, he ain't no knight.
He's got 16 armor. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
So it
Perfect.
misses. All right, fantastic. And then he charges forwards, slamming in your direction. And when he gets up to you, Armoros, he opens like what could be a jaw and barfs forth
Why is it always me?
because you're in front.
Yeah.
Another zombie.
And barfs forth.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the sound that it makes. Ugh.
I've been in
Oh.
there for 6 years.
The zombie strikes out at you, hitting you almost, dealing you five bludgeoning damage.
Big man with the zombie.
And then the zombie in front of Ziz attacks him, hitting him, dealing him 3 bludgeoning damage.
Whew.
Fantastic. Armoros, your turn. The corpse mound is directly in front of you. I haven't been having you save against the noxious odors. It should be.
Not me.
Not
Yeah,
you, you're
I need
safe.
to do that.
Yep. I think the rest of you were actually further back, so this might be the first turn that anybody actually has to save. Kairos.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Steven, you're a man of Warhammer, so let's see if you read this way. Fainting attack gives you advantage on your next attack roll. Are 2 attack rolls my next attack rolls?
I'm afraid I think your next
Yeah.
attack roll is your next 1 roll, which is an attack. But I
You
respect
passed
the
the
attempt.
test, Steven. You passed the test. I will take advantage. Yeah, I'll do. Period die. God, no, or I. We have to kill it now. Basically, is what it's coming down to. So yeah, so I'm gonna use my
Yep.
super die, do a fainting attack. Have advantage on this. They both hit.
22. Nailed it.
So it's this plus D8.
All right. I got it.
So 14.
Excellent.
I swing again. Hit again.
21.
For 8. So it takes 22.
Killer. Y'all really put out the damage. That is for sure. Okay,
Thank
now
you.
Anat.
Not me, but
So, some of you put out the damage. Now Anat needs to save against this this thing. Right. Noxious Aura DC 17 Constitution saving.
17.
It's bad, man. Constitution.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, Anat is poisoned, and therefore he makes an attack
14.
at disadvantage. He's getting a 6.
That's like
and
a
then
30%
12,
chance to succeed.
and then a
Like an average
6.
dude.
And then yeah, it's Key's turn. Key is out of the radius of this noxious cloud, so Key draws back his longbow, turns to you, Sarek, and says, "Watch this."
Bless.
Oh shit!
At a
It
3.
could hit.
Would hit.
It could hit. Hey! He got a 17, which hits, dealing 1d8 plus 4 piercing damage.
But also, Steven,
Holy shit!
you must
He
take
hit
a
an 8.
Constitution saving roll.
No, they're out of range.
Eight.
No, this is the attack from the Nightly Greatbow.
Yeah, exactly. So on a hit, the target must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be
the other way around.
poisoned for 1 hour. If the target fails by 5 or more, it's unconscious while poisoned this way. So the Gorkrov succeeds.
What?
He has plus 13 to his constitution.
No, but being undead, he is immune to poison.
Makes sense.
I thought maybe he had a plus 13
Like-
constitution
Nope, the black-
modifier.
The
Right.
Black Mamba
No.
poison doesn't do anything to something that's already dead.
Exactly. All right, Sarek, are you gonna measure up to?
Obviously, yeah. I look at him and I'm like, now watch this, and I shoot off another arrow.
Ah,
Oh,
Hey, you nail him.
son. First off, let's do this. Then we'll do
It's-
one.
What does your new bow do?
Okay.
It's just
New
my new
bow.
bow's a longbow, but my quiver has the power to make my arrows do magic damage, so that I don't
Yep.
do half damage to stuff.
Oh, okay.
exactly. So his new bow has a D8 hit die instead of a D6 hit die. That's the advantage of a longbow over a short bow.
Okay.
Minus 18. Very nice. Ziz laughs wildly and says, "We're winning! We're winning!" And then he attacks wildly, driving his weapons. Oh,
Ziz is
he has
murdered.
to save his Constitution saving throw. Let's see. Con save. Fails. Disadvantage. 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 So
Well-
that 19 scimitar hits, dealing 7 slashing damage.
Bless
to-
doesn't help with your saves, does it?
It does.
it does, but this guy is not blessed.
Yeah.
It's
the other
only
guy blessed?
Key, the bow user, who is blessed. All right, Aya, it's your turn.
Saving
can-
throw?
No.
Gorkrow's
wait.
like,
Can I interject again? I'm so sorry.
yes, yeah.
I would love to do my
Kairos, go
action to
ahead.
go cure light wounds you.
Go for it.
Okay, right. I can. I'm within 30 feet, so I can just do one action over there to Aya.
Yep. You want action to Aya, slap a hand, cure
Boop.
wounds,
Thank
Aya.
you.
2
you
spells
recover
left.
8 hit points.
Make them count. Make them run again.
There you go. Now you can do something other than a death save on your turn.
No. Oh, I'm out of spell slots.
So you wake up and you know life floods back into your body, and you look at this corpse mound that's like standing at this front line of the 2 knights of Astafon with Armoros.
Mhm.
And it's just like chunks of flesh are like falling off of its body. It's got like one arm hanging ragged by the edge where it picked it up and like slotted it back on its body.
Yeah.
I think you see like a horde of rats like scurrying out of hiding holes in it and like running away, abandoning ship. Basically, it's definitely almost.
Do it. You can do
Okay.
it.
Oh, God.
You can do
Okay,
this.
I launched 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Yes.
Am I still blessed?
Yes,
even
you
though I
are.
Yeah,
died?
totally.
Okay.
My bless. Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't have
you're
any
good.
spell slots left. Otherwise, I would hit it with something stronger.
17
Hits.
nails it.
Oh.
7.
Hit.
23 hits.
For 5.
Ooh.
God.
Ooh. Oops. +3. There we go. That's where we're at.
By the
So
way, I'm rolling a d10 and I rolled a 4 and a 2. So, like, I'm like really not doing good today.
you just came back from the brink of death. I feel like we gotta cut you some
Sure.
slack.
Yeah.
This corpse mound just like sets its arm on the ground, and its arm like grows arms out of it, like they unfold from the meat pile, and it just stands on one end.
Zombie.
Zombie.
Eh.
Zombie. And then
Oh.
yeah, let's see what it's gonna do. I think it's going to slam at Armoros.
Why not?
Why not?
Come on and slam. And welcome to the jam.
Yes.
Hell yeah, buddy. That's right. Yep. Slam.
Hit.
Damn.
You're welcome to the jam.
Whew, welcomed.
It only did 24 damage.
Even with minus. No, I don't have anything. I just die. Yeah, I'm done.
Yep.
0.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is it riposte that you could like reduce the
I
damage?
used my last superiority die.
There you go. Yeah, let's think. Yeah, it totally does. It slams down on your broken body, Armoros. hitting you and automatically critting, dealing you a total of 15, 35 plus 18 is 45, 53 damage.
It doesn't double me, so.
Is that not double your? Oh, is that? But that is equal to your negative HP.
I don't know what you're saying, but I started at 41, so I thought you had to do 82 damage to kill somebody.
I think it's equal to your HP, not double.
So if you have 2 health, you have to do 4 to kill someone, not right?
No, it's equal to your max. So like if I equal negative 41, then I instant kill you.
Yeah.
Which he does. He slams you to death. And then he like his slammed hand just like grabs you and draws you forwards and pulls you up and like slots you into a spot in its body.
Does it
like,
take the orb with it?
a slab of meat lifts, it does take the orb with it. Slab of meat lifts and it just like inserts Armoros there, and then the slab of meat lowers, and then there's like a crunching sound as the armor just like collapses around Armoros. And the corpse mound regains 10 hit points.
This son of a bitch.
I give it 13, not 10. Zombie time. So this zombie goes shambling back in the direction of Key. Makes an attack against Key. Slam. 20 hits. Deals 6 bludgeoning damage. Ow. This zombie attacks Anat. And that zombie attacks Ziz. Anat gets hit for 7 bludgeoning. Armoros is formally dead. Anat strikes back at the zombie right in front of it. 1, 2, 3, and he tries to make a Constitution saving throw. Fails, so he's at disadvantage. So it's this one and that one that hit, dealing a total of 16 damage. Zombie, pretty good. Ziz tries to save as well, failing again. 1, 2, 3 at disadvantage all 3 times. So all 3 of them hit, but only for normal damage. 8, 7, and 5. So that's 15, 20. So that's
if you use 2 attacks to kill me, then it's not the max of both attacks combined. It's only 1 attack. With the cat said.
It's because his second attack hit you when you were unconscious, and attacks that hit you when you're unconscious automatically crit. And so I just like rolled twice to see how much damage he did with his crit. If you're trying to figure out like, wait a minute, why did he roll not 15 plus 9?
The difference is though, if you notice when I crit, it doesn't add the plus damage to it. It does.
Oh, you know what? So that should have been 7 damage less. So how much damage did that deal?
7 less? It should have been.
So when you crit, you double the amount of dice rolled. So it's 40, 10 plus 66 plus 7. Because you always add on your bonus, but you don't double the bonus that you add.
Right.
So that's 15, 35 plus 18 is 45, 53 minus 7 is 46, which is still more than your 41 max HP. So you are actually still dead. But thank you for calling that out. I'm sure chat.
They were just wrong.
Keeping an eye on it as well. Yes, thank you, chat.
Oh man, I wish he was still alive, and that way he could have busted out of the dead flesh and been like, "I've been in there for 6 years."
Yeah,
it would have come full circle.
Yeah,
would have been awesome.
Break down and climb up the corpse mound's butt.
I'm sorry, what?
Cool. He draws back the bow and turns to Sarek and says, "Oh yeah, what's this?" Fires. Pew. Hitting at long last, dealing 8 piercing damage. Actually, he hit last time, so minus 8. It's looking pretty good, Sarek. What do you do?
Sarek looks the other way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna kill this guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna murder this guy. I'm not even gonna say, look, I'm pretty pissed that like Armoros is dead, so I'm just gonna shoot him.
Nailed it.
And for good measure, whop.
Hell yeah. For, what is that, 15?
Yep.
Your arrow sinks into the chest of this thing, and I think, like, Armoros's body just comes sliding out onto the ground, and then like the big slabs of meat just start disintegrating and falling, plop, 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 plopping to the forest floor. And as they do, all of these zombies sort of wail. You hear the sound of like corpse gas inside of these corpses exhaling through, and they fall to the ground inert.
I run forward and check Armoros's body and the slabs of meat disgustedly.
Ew.
He is dead, but he does have an orb clasped in his arms.
I take the orb and I'm like, it's what he would have wanted, and I shake the goop off of it. Oh. But I don't take anything else from him.
Yeah, I guess I'll help up anyone who was, you know, wounded or messed up and try to like regroup.
Yeah.
Cool.
That sort of shot of everyone like putting their arms around each other kind of thing. Right?
Yeah, and
like,
Key, Ziz, and Anad are shocked. Like they've just seen one of your party get killed. And they look quite like ashen-faced about it behind the mask. You can
As opposed to me, who knows I'm going to see him on the moon and is just kind of like, oh no, he's Armoros.
Key
turns
turns
the guts off of the orb.
I mean, we didn't really know him all that well. It wasn't even.
Armoros, we barely knew you. Oh.
Key turns to the three of you and says, "You have acquitted yourselves very well in combat." And he turns to you, Aya, and he says, "And milady, my heart nearly feigned ceased to beat when I saw you fall."
Mine did, because I'm pretty sure that spear grazed it. But let's get to your camp, because I'm not doing very well right now.
Yes, of course. Please come to my camp. We do have one of our brethren is trained in the priestly rites of Coronet and can say a prayer for the lost soul of your comrade. Can lay him before the shrine and bless his passing to the afterlife.
Oh yes, of course. And I do like a symbol, but instead of a cross, it's a pentacle.
Yeah, like the inverted pentagram.
I gotta be the person who asks this. Is there any treasure?
Oh yeah.
It was a rotting hunk of meat. It had treasure.
Like in it?
So like there's no treasure in it, but whenever you kill things, I have been giving you gold. So let's make sure that.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'll wade into the shit, and this is what I get because I'm immune to disease.
Yeah, you have 53 gold pieces to split amongst the four of you. 53 divided by 4 is 4. 53 divided by 4 is 13.25. So each of you get 13 and one person gets 14.
I'll take 13.
Nice. Can I be cold to the knights? Are we cool with that? I think I will. I won't split the money with the knights.
Cool.
What are they gonna do? Spend it on forest merch? No, we're good. They don't need it.
Yeah, I think they probably don't really notice. Like,
okay,
they're not here to like make money off of corpses the way that is a little more customary for adventurers like yourself.
Mercenary,
they're on the dole of the king or whatever.
Yeah, good.
So they lead you marching through the forests for a little while longer. So let's see. That was one tick off the clock for the battle, and then
wait. So how much money did I get from that?
You got 13.
13. Okay.
2 ticks off the clock for
but I mean, like, Armoros is dead, so
true.
Like, we should get his money.
That's true. I'm with you on this. I take another 5.
I take another 5 as well.
Amazing.
I feel bad.
You
about
don't
it
have to tell him.
Not as a character, but as a player, I feel bad.
Fine. The amount of time you guys die, I'll just take it back.
Yeah. God. Amazing. So are you carrying Armoros's body with you? Or did you just leave him in the woods?
How are we leaving?
No.
We're like immune to the pain of watching our comrades die. You would carry him.
No, I'm afraid. There's a practical reason, not because I care. It's more I'm afraid he might reanimate if We leave him out.
Oh, fair. And we don't. Okay, yeah.
Like I don't know what's going on here. Like there's some weird
Yeah.
vines and shit. Like I don't want him crawling out like covered in vines, being like,
Yeah.
"Rah," you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
keeping him.
No, that's smart. That's smart.
So true. Awesome. And after like another 10 minutes of walking through the forest, you reach a small encampment. It's defended with pickets set up. So there's like trenches dug. On the other side of trenches, there's like trees that have been hacked down and carved into sharp spikes, like jutting out over the trenches. And there's like a number of Knights of Astafon milling around and attending to cook fires and helping, like, stake out a tent or dressing a deer that they hunted down, things like that. Like a couple of them like salute as Key comes back and say, "Key, welcome back, sir." He nods. And he leads you into the center of this camp. You see like there's one like large tent. It's like a 3 supporting tent pole tent where there's like one higher center tent spire and 2 lower, like one on the right and one on the left tent spires, sort of a rectangular shape with a little prominent foyer area with the flaps drawn aside. And you can see in there is obviously sort of like the living space / command quarters of whatever commander these knights are serving.
Is there a brazier around?
Well, funny you should ask, but at the back of that very tent, you see like a shrine to Coronet set up. And in the center of the shrine is a bronze brazier that looks like an image of the sun with a darkened interior.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like walk in and
Excellent.
like go directly for that thing.
Yeah, and be like, "Oh, if you could just give us a moment to pay our respects," and I like kind of like elbow Kairos.
Yeah, I think Ziz puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "Wait." And then very quickly, let's see. Yes, you hear the sound of armor and the clanking of metal from inside the tent, as of like someone of great strength standing. And someone turns the corner. It is a Knight of Astafon, 2nd class, so she has a large recurved bow strung over her back, a quiver on her back, a sword at her hip. She has long, flowing blonde hair coming out from behind this angry face mask that she's wearing, and all around her left and right arms are wrapped golden chains that just like coil around her arms and like attach up to her shoulders. And she strides out and she says,
"Gold chains."
Yes. She says, "Key, what is the meaning of this? Who are these people you have found? Have you captured some of the hunters?" Key says, No. Ariane, these are, well, they saved us from the beast." She turns to you and says, "The beast, the Gorecrow, you faced it?" She's
We
like looking at
destroyed it.
Yeah. Destroyed. Well, we will see about that. But
No, it was pretty destroyed. We did like sort through its guts.
Yeah, she just sort of she just like looks at you like almost confused, and then she says, "Very well. I am impressed, and either way, I thank you for the service you have done for the Knights of Astafon. But who is this?" And she gestures to the corpse in your midst. "And why does he bear one of our masks? And why do you bear one of our bows?"
They were gifts. We completed an errand on behalf of Moraine Dower. And
He steps forwards and he says, "With the talents that these people have exhibited, I believe their story." Ariane says, "Yes, a shame it is about Dower's death, is it not?"
Oh, she's dead? I had no idea.
"Yes, It appears as though some tragedy befell the chapel. Dower is dead, and so is our great father, Hadrax Ishmael Ignacio Jacobi.
Oh, Sarek probably feels terrible to hear that. You were fast friends, were you not?
Who would kill the father?
Just selling it.
Roll a deception with advantage because you've like seeded some expectation that you're
Terrible at this.
working well here.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, 20 is good. You managed to pull it off. You're crying some crocodile tears, and she says,
He was
"Yes,
so young.
Oh,
death comes to us all, does it not? Apparently, even in these strange times." And she gestures to the body lying amongst you, and she says, "Please, if you would like, I can offer you the use of my tent and my shrine to Coronet, that you may commune with God and offer thanks for this man's service."
Oh, Sarek runs up and snotty hugs her. And is just
Awesome.
like, thank you. Oh, yeah, and like wipes his nose and like rubs it on her. He's like, you're a wonderful person. And then like
She,
walks
like-
towards the tent and is just like, oh my God.
Yeah, she like wipes the snot off of the golden chains on her arm, and Key steps forwards, and they have a whispered word as the three of you carry Armoros's body into the tent. And as you're setting it down, Arienne turns to you and she says, "A moment, if you will, good allies of Astafan."
to who?
To
All
the
of
three
us?
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's speaking to the three of you.
I really want to touch that brazier. Yeah, no, let's turn around. Oh, yes, what?
You have done us a great service. But for your presence in the woods this day, I have no doubt that my fine men would now be added to that massive pile of corpses. Please, a gift. And she walks over to a treasure chest at the end of the room, pops it open. You see a faint blue glow from inside.
Oh shit!
She
And
turns
pulls out her
around.
cell phone and starts friend at each of you on Facebook.
She
Someone's
holds
trying to
out
connect with you on LinkedIn. Yeah.
a tier of saloon. and
Inescapable.
She says, "It's not what those wretched chosen of Dahaka are seeking, but I believe there is some power to be found within it. Please."
Oh, lady, you are too kind. I have no idea what to do with this except to cherish it as a token of your affection. I like snap it greedily out of her hand and whisk it away into my robes.
She says, "I will leave you for a moment to attend to your grief.
The
Please
sentimental value. You are too kind to us, milady.
take all the time you need." Then she strolls out of the tent, closes the flaps behind her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
and I like
those
turn to everyone. I'm
dummies.
like, touch that fucking brazier and get out of here.
Oh yeah. Sark is like a ninja, already over there. Like,
Yeah, me too. I'm like right behind him with the two orbs in my satchel.
So,
Naruto running with two orbs. Like,
do any of you remember the spell required for activating?
A secret. You have to tell it a secret
That has not seen the light of day.
that has not seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Last time I think it was Kairos who did it.
yeah.
I believe so.
So I guess this time it's my turn. And I like look shiftily at the other two. And then I say, I had to sacrifice my own sister for power. And the brazier lights up.
Yeah, flames erupt in the center of the brazier.
And then I whisper afterwards, but she was a terrible person. And I go in.
She totally deserved it. It was actually better this way. You hear the gentle breezes blowing through the lush grasses of the moon. The sonorous voice says, "Welcome. It's so good to see you."
I ignore her and look for Armoros.
He's there.
I'm eating a turkey
carrying-
leg. So,
What if?
I'm
Hold on.
carrying the two orbs where my boobs are and kind of like making a crude joke like,
What if I brought the corpse of Armoros with me?
You upset time and space, and we all died. The end.
I know.
Yeah,
I feel like
Probably
I
like
did.
putting a portable hole into a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Blah.
Does it just not go? Does it just?
Why would you try that?
Yeah,
Why
I
are you
like it.
messing with these forces?
I don't know.
What if it
Like,
created
it was the right
two
thing to do.
Armoros?
The only way you have been able to bring people back to the moon with you is by like getting a special spell from Saloon and then like slapping them. So like you don't actually know if it's possible to carry a corpse, but when you get to the moon, you don't have a corpse in your arms.
Yeah.
Armor.
Wow.
We did it.
Oh.
We got 2 more.
Job. I am eating a turkey leg. My mask is up halfway.
I go over to Saloon and stop making the crude joke now.
She says, "Oh, those are very nice. Yes."
Big, bushy.
Sark is looking around for turkey on the moon because it seems like a little
There's no
unfair.
turkey here.
Yeah, how do you have a turkey leg?
I think shit, what's his name? Deether is also eating a turkey leg.
Yeah, we're eating turkey
Just
legs.
sitting there.
How does someone have a turkey leg? I never get a turkey leg. I haven't eaten in 4 days.
You're late.
Like, what? We just got orbs and... God damn it, Saloon! And I just sort of, like, stumble off angrily.
Which
Excellent.
falls off the moon onto the planet Earth.
Yes. And I burn up in the atmosphere. And,
As he falls to the ground, he
become
his
the North Star.
his shape transforms and his flesh melts and he turns into a creature of fire and he slams down into the ground and looks around and he sees 4 adventurers walking towards a gate that's right behind him.
He's like, I can't remember anything.
And his name, Tim. Full circle. The
Oh, no.
end.
There's definitely a turkey leg slowly disintegrating into ash inside of the forge. Just-
Aw, do you guys fed Tim too?
Tim, choo.
So yes, Saloon turns to you and says, "I think I'll take those." And oh, well, it seems that I have something for you as well.
She produces 4 blue orbs.
She reaches out to the sun and pulls
Like
out 4 shards of needles from the sun and then stabs them into each of your hands. And of course, Atikusu wraps his black oily tendril around one of them, draws it deep within you, Aya.
Mm-hmm.
And when we start the next session,
Level
level
6.
up to level 6.
Level 6!
Woo!
Oh my god.
So I think that's going
It's
to
been
do it
so
for today.
long. We have been level 5 for a while.
I think it hasn't been actually that long. It might have been 3 or 4 episodes.
I mean, we leveled so quickly in the beginning, though.
Yeah. Definitely.
That 3 or 4 episodes seems like a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And considering how Shadow Sarek, like, let's be honest, just destroyed normal Sarek, I think we need the level.
But like, admittedly, I've been fart on a bunch before getting there, and it's like disorienting, you know.
That's fair.
Right?
But also, you know, you got destroyed. So
You did get destroyed.
This
We
cat
also-
is going to kill herself. Just like,
Don't do it, cat.
this is like a 15-foot drop right there.
Well, cat's gonna do what cat's gonna do, you know.
Don't do it.
Chat can't see, but like my cat was like 3/4 of the way through those bars, just like looking down this 15-foot drop. All right, good.
Wish you
So,
would
yeah.
step back from that ledge, my friend.
Go ahead and let's do some shout outs.
All right, let's go around the screen here and start with my main man, Eric. What's going on in your life this week?
Everybody. It's good to be back. Merrick Fulgaris everywhere. I've been just doing mostly just painting up a storm right now. Been just watching Stranger Things and everything on. Oh man, I watched so many 80s movies lately, Red Dawn and stuff, and I've just been doing that while I'm painting a bunch of miniatures. Life's good.
Nice.
Thanks.
Steven, what's happening with you?
Yo, what's up? I'm Silent Osiris everywhere on the internet. The O is a 0. And thank you all for coming out, for hanging out with this awesome Sunfall cycle today. Super fun to see y'all tackle and destroy a creature that's way stronger than you. It's super cool.
It just required
Can't
3
wait to see what
badass
happens.
NPCs.
Yeah, totally. Awesome. So I think we're all good for next week, but we can check it out in the Discord, and then we'll start trying to figure some things out as people's schedules get a little busy. But that's great. So yeah, I'll catch y'all later.
Cool. Bronze, what's going on with you?
Hi, I'm that bronze girl. I just got back from a little trip, and you might have caught me on Twitch Sells Out. I was selling out. I'm here now, though, and you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at that bronze girl. Might stream a little bit after this. I don't know yet. Probably. We'll see. Come hang out sometime. I'm a pretty cool, okay person.
Jeff, what's happening with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Just trying to get. I'm just wrapping up the final plans to start my own con next year. It's gonna be called DickCon. It's it's gonna take place in England, I think, because they don't have a whole lot of good cons going on there right now. So
It's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Just trying to
It's very hot right now.
yeah. So DickCon 2020. Keep your calendars open. This could be between, I think it's July and November, something like that. So we'll figure it out. Otherwise, just streaming as per usual. They got a whole bunch of traveling coming up. It's kind of funny. It always sneaks up on me. I'm like, what do I got coming? It's like London, Serbia, Sweden, Montreal, Germany, DC. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Okay, so
Serbia.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
the ETC Warhammer World Championship will be good.
Yo, are you competing or commentating?
Competing. I'm on Team USA, mate.
Your Team USA? What?
USA.
USA. USA. USA. USA. USA.
There we go. Otherwise, I still do it.
Bring it home. Make us proud, Jeff. Jeff Robinson.
That's right. It's a lot of fun. I don't know what the sun shards do, and I don't know what a level 6. I've actually, so kudos to Steven. I don't think I've ever been level 6 in all my campaigns. I went really long. I don't think I even went that.
I think this is the highest I've ever had a D&D game go.
Yeah.
Also.
I get excited about the power creep. I like how you get new abilities and stuff. That's really fun for me. So it's hopefully very cool. I think level 5 is a big one. So level 6 probably is not that big, but we'll see.
All right. Well, that's it for us. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you probably next week, but stay tuned on the old Tweetster for information, and be good. Don't do anything stupid, and remember, USA. USA.
USA.
USA.
No, guys, come on. It's too much. It's too much now. All right, bye, everybody.
You know, where's the payoff? Bring the strippers and booze. We do occasionally talk about video games. Bring the strippers and booze. I don't have time for video games. Bring the strippers and booze.
Oh, thank God, I don't need pants now.
Hey, JC, what are you doing? Not much. Making a fortune.
Yeah, now sing the music.
Bring the strippers and booze. I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. You